Hello, thank you for joining us today. We're continuing our series on women supporting women. And today we're going to be talking about dealing with MS and the impact it has on our family and our friends. And we have two special stories, two success journeys to share with you. So thank you for joining us. My name is Debbie Catenacci, and I'm with Dare to Be Curious with my co-host,
Sherrill. This is a very special interview for me because not only is Bethany a beloved friend, but MS has touched my family. My daughter-in-law Nora was diagnosed many years ago. Of course, I thought, because she was in Indiana, and I thought perhaps she was misdiagnosed. I brought her to Chicago, and I learned that the diagnosis was correct. But I learned a lot about it in the fact that she brought her pictures from Indiana, and we showed them to the specialist here, and he said, well, that lesion is gone, but here's another one. And I learned so much about MS, and what's really important is the great strides that are going forward, and we're going to be discussing those. Nora got pregnant with their youngest child shortly thereafter, and for 20 years she had no symptoms. I think pregnancy somehow helps MS. And now recently, she has had some challenges, and she is on experimental medicine. And Bethany is going to tell us today about all those wonderful strides. And I actually think that MS can be conquered. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we're going to be talking about today at the Together for a Cure Luncheon. So like Nora, I'm on treatment, but I'm on a monthly infusion that keeps me living day to day, symptom free for the most part. Heat, stress are things that exacerbate my symptoms. Get a little too hot, start tingling in my hands or feet, sometimes a little pain in the legs, but once I de-stress, all is good. But when we're talking about a cure, the MS Society is committed to finding a cure for everyone. So just as everyone's MS is different, a cure is going to look different for Nora, for me, and for the two of you. So the MS Society is focused on finding a cure to both stop MS. So that would mean a cure for me. That would mean my MS does not progress any further. There are no new lesions, and we stop it in its tracks. The next cure that we're looking for is to restore lost function. So someone,
is that possible?
That is possible. That is possible. Absolutely. And so that means healing those lesions and the myelin covering of those nerves. And that's something that we're looking for, so that someone can go on their bike, go for a walk, go for a run without pain and with ability.
And that involves stem cell?
You know what, I'm not sure. I know that they're kind of, no stone is going unturned in looking, whether it's stem cell, whether it's looking from a virus and antibody perspective, that all options are on the table, really.
Wonderful. I know that Debbie had a couple questions.
Absolutely. So today we're here to celebrate Bethany, our beautiful friend, and we're at the MS Luncheon, and we're raising funds for the cure, for all the possibilities that you just talked about. But we'd also like to hear about how you found out about it, how you navigated the silent symptoms, and of course your beautiful love story.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I had one of the most kind of glaring initial symptoms. So many of MS's symptoms can be thought of maybe being related to just being tired or another condition. I experienced what's called optic neuritis, and that is the inflammation of my optic nerve. So it's not good. It means I lost vision in one eye. It looked like a smudge. Couldn't read, couldn't drive. Really walking down the street wasn't a good idea. And so the good news about that, looking back, is that it got me to the doctor very quickly. And what I learned later was that it's a very common symptom or presenting symptom of MS. So the good news is my doctors knew to keep looking forward in terms of what else is causing this optic neuritis to happen. So it resolved on its own within a couple weeks.
Oh, really? No treatment?
Some steroid treatment, but optic neuritis can heal on its own. But the steroids kind of fast track that, right? So that happened, which it's happened once in my left eye, once in my right eye, but you've got to keep going, right?
Right. You do.
And then, of course, so something I'm going to talk about at the luncheon is, Andrew and I had just started dating, and I'm experiencing optic neuritis. I'm going to the doctor. I'm getting MRIs done. Something's wrong. And so we were kind of going on dates. He knew that I was not feeling well. But that day that I got my diagnosis, the day you hear some bad news, you kind of think like, okay, life might be over a little bit, or how far am I going to go in my career? What's my relationship going to look like? But I called Andrew that night to really try to break up with him. I thought he needed an out. This wasn't what he signed up for, and it wouldn't be fair to him. And I tried several times. He's like, finally, he stopped me and he said, "This is a day where you really should be thinking about you, and you're thinking about me. And I'm not looking for an out. I want in."
Wow,
and I want to.
I'm gonna get a little teary here.
Kleenex here. He wanted to be on my team, and so that was, support from the beginning is so important when you're dealing with any autoimmune disease, and certainly an incurable disease at the moment. So he's been my support from the beginning.
Can we share?
Okay.
Tell them. Yes.
We're engaged.
Yeah. Ring. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Actually, she's having an engagement party.
Yes.
Exactly a year
from the wedding date,
which is 23.
June 23.
Yeah, I do have. No, it's a beautiful love story. So this
beautiful love story, and it just shows life can go on. You
Yes.
learn how to navigate, and you can get your friends, family, and future husband to accept and navigate with you.
And you find the right person to navigate that
Yes,
journey with.
that's right.
And you certainly have it.
Yeah, I have, absolutely.
We are thrilled to support you today, and it's a great honor and very well deserved.
Thank you. I am overwhelmed by the support of so many, and the more awareness we can bring, the closer to a cure we'll be.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining. Dare to be Curious. This is a very important interview, and I hope that any of you who are victims of MS will reach out to us, and we will help you answer any questions you might have. Bethany will help us help you answer all the questions that you have.
Thank you.
Debbie?
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. We'll have the links if you'd like to send in a donation to help us fund a cure. That'll be available on our website and on our YouTube channel.
And any links to MS for questions.
Yes.
They'll all be there. Great. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. And thank you for daring to be curious.
I woke up after being diagnosed. I was sent a LinkedIn post that Justine Fadak, who's here today, and she is the National MS Society's Dinner of Champions honoree. So we're all going to need to get back together in September to cheer her on. But she very coincidentally, I hadn't been diagnosed for even a day, just hours later, she very coincidentally posted that morning about her journey with MS. She didn't sugarcoat anything, but she ended with sharing her favorite mantra about accepting her diagnosis. Now, some of you may have heard a quote from John Acuff that says, "The scars you share become lighthouses for other people who are headed to the same rocks that you hit." Justine sharing her journey, the good and bad, the inspiration she drew on for strength, was a beacon that I needed at that exact moment. And because she shared her story, I had a lighthouse shining.